All right. Happy New Year. First things first, by the way, I am back home in Pennsylvania. I'm supposed to be, taking it easy, supposed to be relaxing, supposed to be enjoying family time. Instead, it is 2023 and Trey's working. Trey's working. Trey's working. Somebody else who's blogging on New Year's Eve. I'm working so that Chickster can sleep better at night. Anyway, we're here for a different sort of conversation. And I don't have my mic with me because I thought I was supposed to be taking a break, but here we are. Trey's creating more content once again. In terms of people that don't know who we are, just go read the State of the Union blog. I'm going to start by saying this. I don't know how many more people are going to have their brains broken about the way that we do business, but this is the way that we do business. If somebody gets fired or somebody quits or this happens in the Slack or that happens, I'm going to talk about it because it is my job to promote this company. What we are is a sports reality blog. Okay. So if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing my job. Let's proceed. We have Chase Racherbaumer to talk about. I'm going to proceed carefully when it comes to Chase Racherbaumer because here's the bottom line when it comes to, and by the way, here's my State of the Union blog. Go read it. I'm going to proceed carefully when it comes to Chase Racherbaumer because I feel like I have to maybe pick and choose my words carefully when it comes to Chase Racherbaumer because he has just proven to be one of the dumbest individuals that I've ever come across. In fact, I don't think there's a dumber person that we've ever had at this company. Yeah, looking back on it, his interview was fine. Wasn't blown away, but I thought he at least kind of could get by talking sports. It I mean, during his internship, I thought that was the case. He got by talking sports. But man, is this guy dumb. I don't know how he survives in the real world. I really don't. So let's start from the beginning. First things first, Chase Racherbaumer decided to do what nobody should do, and that's ignore Trey. Here's the bottom line. Okay. Um, your one job at this company, the only way to lose your job at this company is by not communicating. That is it. There is no other way to lose your job at this company other than not communicating. That's the only way to lose your job. Chase Racherbaumer, I was giving him fair criticism. I gave him feedback and notes, which we'll get over or we'll talk about. This man had the audacity to retweet his article on Twitter and not answer me in Slack. Turns out he doesn't have Slack on his phone. How do you survive the whole internship and not have Slack on your phone? Maybe it's an accomplishment. Chinese farmer always says maybe. Maybe it is an accomplishment. But boy, oh boy, is this guy dumb. I mean, your only job's to communicate. How do you not have the only communication platform that we use on your phone? I run out of words to describe this guy. He's just not very intelligent. I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm trying to be just honest. Just trying to tell you what's going on. Rocks for brains, dummy. That's all I got on Chase Racherbaumer. So let's go over it. I'll show you what the deal is. If you want to read it, you can read it. But long story short, Chase wrote an article on Dennis Gates. It was terrible. Nobody wants to read a Wikipedia blog. We're not trying to be a Wikipedia blog, as I explained earlier. Anybody that's read this site for as long as it's existed knows that we're not trying to be a Wikipedia blog. Chase just didn't listen to my instructions. I say, hey, claim the news post, guys. Claim the news post, guys. He doesn't listen. Instead, he turns in 6-minute Wikipedia blogs that could be used to turn out, I don't know, the amount of time he spent on that. He probably could have written 8 news posts that I wouldn't have had to do, or somebody else wouldn't have had to do. Or, hey, the best practice is trying to do more. He didn't get it. And everything that goes on through that guy's head, he just is never going to get it. So we proceed. Again, if you want to read the full story, I'm going to try to get through this because it is New Year's Eve and Trey's working on New Year's Eve. It's 2023. Everyone else is out drinking, having fun. I'm over here working. And my stock report post is already out from the NFL draft game. So, don't know anybody else who's doing that. But again, once again, it's okay. It's okay. I'll proceed. I gave Chase some fine feedback. Was I a little bit harsh? Yes, but the kid needs to hear it. The kid needs to hear it because it's the truth. He's never going to get anywhere. Never going to get anywhere turning these Wikipedia blogs. Nobody would have published this. And I only know, I mean, I'm not going to be rude about it, but this kid, his only job opportunity was here. Okay. Maybe he gets something down the road, but he certainly learned a thing or two here. I pride myself in making people better. I don't know what his future is, because this is like what he does isn't going to work. And try to tell him it wasn't going to work. He proceeds, again, I don't know how dumb you have to be to not have Slack on your phone as someone that works here. That's literally the way we communicate as an internet company. It would be like not showing up to work using your company email and just not having your company email on your phone. It's the same kind of thing. Like, hey, buddy, got to have Slack on your phone. Like, if you don't have Slack on your phone, I don't have any other words to say other than this kid's just not bright. Maybe I should have caught it sooner. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what goes on through that kid's head other than I don't think anything goes on through that kid's head. You want to read the story? You can read it. We got some comments, though, that I'll get over before I get to his statement about how he quit. So let's get to the comments first. As an owner, I'm not reading this. Long story short, buddy, here's the bottom line. We're not a normal company. We will never be a normal company. I don't know if this is Chase's mother, his dad. Maybe it's Chase. Maybe it's Chase's brother. Could be any of them. I'm sure, because these are the people that are commenting on it. I'm sure this guy knows them somehow too. These comments have only come in since Chase has quit, by the way. Just want that out there on the record. Would never do this to an employee. Here's what happens at Vendetta. If you're disrespectful to me, you get it back. This company is a no closed door policy, buddy. We are an internet company. We are a blog reality company. The way it is, the way it's always been. Worst article I've ever read. Why? Because your friend got, poo-pooed on. That's why it's a bad article. I don't think anyone actually think this is a bad article unless they know Chase. In fact, I've gotten several comments on this article and people seem to like it. So, but that's fine. Immature toddler. Okay, sure, buddy. Live in the shadow of other sports media companies. Okay, you can think that. Nobody likes working for a clown. Well, up until about 2 hours ago, he worked for a clown. So that's okay. This Duncan Kowalski guy. Now I'm going to sound like Chase because I pronounced his name wrong. Actually, let's go with Kowalski. Who the fuck cares? These people, they just don't get it. They don't get the branding. They don't get shit, man. You think this guy's commented on another post? No, he's just trying to stick up for his friend. Let's go over to the main problem. Here's the main problem. And I said this in Slack, and we're going to pull it up. Here's the problem, and I said this in the article. Did Chase get his player prop posting done? Nope. Player prop post due tomorrow. I had a specific conversation with Chase, and I said, hey, buddy, you want to be a big-time blogger? You want to do player prop posts? Fine. You better get done every single week. Now, he missed week 12 and didn't communicate about week 12 not getting done. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. This is, a pattern of Chase not communicating. Week 12 player props post didn't get done. You can go on the website. Actually, I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you because we're done with this article by now, right? We're done with this article by now, right? Player props. Now, Chase's job, which, this shouldn't be that hard. Like, this should be something that takes you 30 minutes to blog every single week, and there should be no excuse for it ever getting done. And if you really want to be taken seriously, you should be able to do more than just a player prop post. But that's all Chase is capable of because he's not very intelligent. His name doesn't on the site anymore. If you don't have 100 blogs, your name isn't on the site. That's just the way that is. So we got a player prop post for week 16, week 15, week 14, week 13, and then week 11. Do you think I got a message about week 12 player prop post not being turned in? Nope. Nope. He just didn't feel like doing it. He just didn't feel like communicating. He just didn't feel like saying nothing. Because that's Chase. He lives in La La Land. Chase lives in Looney Tunes land. I actually feel a little bit bad for him because he's just not bright and he can't fix stupid. But man, I don't. We ripped on him a little bit. Sure, we ripped on him. But here's a guy that gets it. Jack Saban. I can do the player props post. That's a man that steps up. That's a man that gets it. That's a man that's trying. You know what else Jack Saban does? He claims news posts, something that Chase didn't do. Again, the biggest problem with Chase is he thinks he is above the group. He thinks Trey can do all the news posts. He thinks Jack Saban can claim the news posts. He thinks the vets can claim the news posts, and he can do whatever he wants. And then have the audacity to not turn his player prop posts in. So yes, as a boss, I think I have the right to have a problem with it. Don't you think? Now let's get to Chase's message. I'm going to use Herrick's thing here because I'm sure he won't mind, and he is technically Chase's mentor. We don't have HR anymore. That dumb is gone too. So I used James because I want to, we are more than our thoughts. Our thoughts can be valid. Our thoughts can be invalid, but I believe that my thoughts are valid because I am smart. I always like to use a secondary person so that I feel as though I'm making the correct decision. And we have people that have mentors for a reason. Everybody's being looked at by a second person. Something that should also be kept in mind. Herrick is his mentor. This is the message from Chase detailing why he quit. Okay, let's go over it. And I'll actually read this one. I'll read this one. I want to thank you for giving me a chance to start my writing career here. He didn't have any other opportunities, but we'll keep it moving. He said that during his interview that he didn't have any opportunities. And one thing, as I said in the post, that Trey prides himself on is giving people opportunities that will never get them. Chase is someone that won't ever get these big opportunities. His best chance to succeed was here. And again, we have a lot of knuckleheads, and this guy is a knucklehead. It's good. No problem being a knucklehead. Knuckleheads fit in here all the time, but not when your brain's a little bit broken. So again, first sentence, good start. There's also a lot of truth in it too. Next, it meant a lot to get a start in this business. Yeah, I know. I've gotten a lot of people graduated, including him. Actually, I should mention this too while I'm here. Chase Racherbaumer is the first intern I've ever not given an A. I pride myself on giving people A's. I want people to graduate school. I don't put up with anything less. If you complete the internship here, you get an A, because if you don't get an A, it's probably because you've been fired. It's probably because you're not capable of doing the job. Every single intern, even Tanner Pike, for those that remember Tanner Pike, for those that have been following the site for a long time, Tanner Pike got an A. Chase Racherbaumer did not. Chase Racherbaumer is the only intern that has not gotten an A, that has not gotten 100%. Just want to keep that in mind too. Mostly because he doesn't listen. He doesn't pay attention. He doesn't know how to be a functional human. And I won't pull up his intern eval. If Chase wants to do that, he can. But I don't feel the need to share his intern eval, the actual grade that I gave him that I sent to the school. But it's the only A that I've not given out in terms of an intern. So that should be mentioned too. However, I don't think this is the best place for me to continue writing. Where else are you going to go, buddy? I don't know. Maybe, hey, listen, maybe Chase Racherbaumer can start his own news company to where he puts out 6-minute Wikipedia blogs on Dennis Gates. Maybe he'll get a lot of viewers. Okay. I sat here all day thinking and trying to figure out what I could have done differently and what I could do to fit your expectations of me. Where do I start? It's just, I'm trying to be, civil about this. I'm trying not to go overboard. But boy, oh boy, is this guy dumb. Boy, oh boy, does he just have rocks for brains. I can't believe he uttered the words sit here all day and trying to think of what I could have done differently. I told you what you could have done differently. I told you what you could have done differently. Right here. We had a conversation. What you could have done differently. How about start claiming the news posts over and over and over and over again? And then maybe you'll actually get good at blogging. And then maybe when you actually try to do one of these long form posts, it doesn't stink. How do you sit there all day think about what you did wrong when it's right here? Like, what? How can someone sit there and process how he was fucking up and not get this? Cuckoo land. Cuckoo land. Don't worry. They say Trey's the crazy one. Let's continue. Let's continue. How did he not understand what I was trying to tell him? I don't have an answer. How did he not understand? How did he think he was still like above the group? How did he not comprehend that you just gotta do the news posts and you'll get better, and then we can progress you into a real blogger that can do more than write Wikipedia pages? Oh, see, and then the problem is I actually tried to be nice to Chase. I really did. Here's the thing that Chase doesn't understand. I run a big company. It may not look like it to a lot of people, and that's fine, but I'm building a lot of worth, and net worth takes time. Net worth isn't instant cash. If I wanted to sell out, I could. I could buy a house that's the size of a castle in the South, in certain parts of the South. Okay, maybe not in New York City right now, but in certain parts of the South, I could build a castle. Okay, I don't have time to deal with idiots, but I lent a helping hand to someone that needed it. And this is the way he acted. You can sit here and say I'm the bad guy, and that is fine. But at the end of the day, I am going to be authentic, and I'm going to run the company the same way that I always have. There is no closed door. There is no behind the curtains. That what makes us different. Okay. To write a fucking article bashing an employee. Not the first time I've done it. Not the first time I've done it. Not the last time I'll do it. In fact, I've written several of them. In fact, a lot of the people that are still here have articles written about them. I write articles. I mean, I've probably written something about Chickster. I just wrote the awards post that's about bloggers making fun of people. I just called Milo Coulter a delusional fan. You think he cried and got upset about it and quit? No. Okay. Not everything is so that you throw a pity party for yourself. Not everything is supposed to be taken super, super seriously. Not everything. And in this case, listen, we are an entertainment company. I'm not denying that. That blog, there's 100% truth serum. Okay. Nothing I said was false. Nothing I said was unnecessary. It's just the stone cold facts on how I felt about the situation. And I'll continue to write blogs about people that work at this company. Okay. So, here's a little lesson for Chase. Okay. And this should be a lesson for every single person that applies for this job. If you don't do research about the company that you work for, and then you get upset about something that happens within the company that is something that we've always believed in, whose fault is it? Your fault. I'll continue to write a fucking article bashing an employee and put it online for all to see. Fuck that shit. Go on the site. We got 100 of them. Maybe not 100. We probably got at least 50 just about our personalities. Some positive, some negative, some indifferent. If you were a true leader and wanted me to succeed and grow, you'd handle that in private. Actually, I did. Actually, I did handle that in private. I did handle it in private until you decided that you were so dumb that you weren't going to have Slack on your phone. You were going to ignore my messages. And whether it was intentional or not, you did. You went on Twitter, you reposted your article without responding to me. That is called trying to handle it in private. Sorry, it's late. That's called trying to handle it in private. You decided that you weren't going to respond. I don't like that. Don't disrespect me. Okay. This is my company. I can run it however I so choose. And if you're not going to respond to me and then retweet something on Twitter and then 5 hours goes by, guess what? I have every right to think that. In fact, I could have just fired him right there. In reality, if you go 5 hours without responding to me, but you have the time to retweet something on social media, that's clear negligence. That's clear not showing up. That's clear not communication, which is the only rule that we have. So, if I really wanted to be a dick about it, I could have just fired him right there. Instead, I gave him a chance to let's see what kind of human Chase is. Does he actually understand things? Can he understand the humor? Can he come back and even write a response blog to show that he has some talent in there? If he had talent, he would have wrote a response blog and came up with a funny response. Instead, handle it like a crybaby, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised. He's just not very intelligent and wasn't able to understand that in his head. Maybe it's his fault. Maybe it's not, but you can't really work with stupid. I wasn't ignoring you whatsoever. Like I said last night, actually, you did. There's a clear time difference in the post. I could bring it up. Why don't we bring it up? There's a clear time difference in the post. Again, once again, this is I can do this all day. Here's the problem, Chase Racherbaumer, and the thing that you do not understand. If you don't have your work emails on or your work communication on, and your boss catches you ignoring him in any way, you could work for a television company and the boss sees you tweeting something on social media, but he doesn't see you responding to his messages. Guess what's going to happen? The same thing. You're going to get fired or you're going to be reprimanded in some way. Instead, this is actually the nice way to go about it. This is the way to keep your job. This is a way to hope. Now there's actually attention on Chase Racherbaumer. What's he going to do with it? Because I don't have to talk about Chase Racherbaumer. Who cares? Who cares about Chase Racherbaumer? I got 100 things to do, 1,000 things to do. He could have turned this into a positive. Again, 358. 358. 358. Hour after the post was published, he retweeted it. I don't know what you want me to tell you. We have the evidence. But we can continue. That's fine. We can continue. This is unbelievable, isn't it? This is unbelievable. Right when I saw the messages when I get home, I responded to you right away. Not good enough, buddy. And we already found out what the problem was. He didn't message me this. He messaged somebody else this. He didn't have Slack on his phone. How you don't have the communication device on your phone, we've went over it. It will never make sense. I don't know how he even got this far, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's very dumb. Not a very functional human. So I don't regret that. And you want to go with the fuck that route, you can. That's fine. I didn't curse at him, if you notice that. There's a difference between critical feedback and criticism. And what you did was pulling a complete dick move. Not really. Again, it's just the truth. I speak the truth. We can say it's a dick move, and that's fine. You want to call me an asshole? That's fine. I was doing it for his benefit. That's the fact. I could have ignored it. I could have let him continue to post Wikipedia blogs and continue to get pissed off and continue to be like, why is he turning these things in? Nobody's reading them. Nobody cares about these topics. And he's actually causing more harm than good because he's filling up the storage that I have to pay for with blogs that are worthless. So actually, he's causing more harm than good in reality. There's a difference. Okay. I mean, I tried to handle it privately, as you guys saw. Let's continue. I'm sorry, my used to the style of writing you want. I don't know what the fuck that sentence means. Can we highlight this? I don't think we can. No, I don't think we can. It's a screenshot. I'm sorry, my used to the style of writing you want. I've read this sentence maybe 100 times. I still don't know what he means by it. I still don't know if it's a. I, I don't. I've run out of words for it. Actually, I don't. I'm sorry, my used to the style of writing you want. I have no idea what he's trying to say there. Um, other than the fact that he's just not intelligent. Like, you can't fix his brain. It's just broken. It's La La Land. It is nothing. There is just nothing going on in there. Can we read that sentence again? I'm sorry, my used to the style of writing you want. I got nothing. I I don't know what that means. If you didn't like my post, you could have messaged me to change different things about it. Buddy, I did message you. Buddy, I ain't got time to put 45 minutes into your blog. That doesn't matter. It just don't. Never will. If you didn't like my post, you could have just messaged me. I did. I did message you. Okay. As I said, I can handle the feedback. Actually, you can't. Actually, you can't. If you could handle the feedback and criticism, you would have handled this a lot differently. If this would had happened to me while working at this company that I know the rules about, I would have wrote a response blog and I would have apologized to my boss and said, I'm an idiot for not having Slack on my phone. I don't know how I could be that stupid. Moving forward, I will do better to communicate. When you drop news posts in the channel, I will pick them up. I will complete my player props post as I've been doing all year. And I will prove that you are not wasting your time constantly trying to make me better. That's how I would respond to that. But this is Chase, and he says he can handle the feedback and criticism, but clearly cannot. Constantly bashed and bullied by you. I gotta be honest with that one. This is one of maybe 5 times I've talked to Chase the whole semester. Uh, I'm a busy guy. Each person gets a mentor. Okay. The mentor talks to me if there's an issue. The mentor guides them through the process. Um, again, I hope Herrick doesn't mind. I will use him again. It would be impossible for me to bully him because I don't really talk to Chase. This is one of the, again, we had our end of the year review. I tried to lay out all the things at the end of the year review that he needs to work on. He did not work on them. So then I messaged him. That was one of the only times I messaged him. Again, I will pull it up. My biggest issue with him is that I've tried to get him to take news posts, and I think he's done like 3 total the whole time. Months. He's done 3. Okay. Again, I'm sorry, Herrick, to have to use you, but it's just not possible for me to bully someone that I'm not talking to. You know, like each intern has a mentor. If there's a problem with the intern, I message the mentor or the mentor messages me. I couldn't possibly have bullied Chase. I take that very seriously. I take all that stuff very seriously. I was never a dick to Chase. I never cursed at Chase like he cursed at me. Keep that in mind too. It's hard to bully someone that you don't talk to or don't talk about. Now I'm talking about him because he quit, and this is the way the company's run. I wish you and the company best of luck in the future. He didn't mean that. You think he meant that? See, this is the problem I have with people. Trey's authentic. Trey will continue to be himself. Trey will continue to not lie to people. I wish you and the company best of luck. He doesn't mean that. You know why I know he doesn't mean that? Because he's got people attacking the comments. You think he wishes this place the best of luck? No. But that's the kind of person Chase is. Says one thing, does another, in one ear, out the other. That's Chase. Trey is an open book. He tells you what he thinks, and then he continues to do the things that he thinks. You want to say who the bad guy is? I don't know. But that doesn't seem very authentic. Trey's authentic. This guy, not so much. Not very intelligent either, but we've been over that. I did enjoy my time here until the past 24 hours. I bet, buddy. I bet when you can just ignore everything and then do whatever you want, I guess you would probably enjoy yourself. You told me that you hope that 2023 is better for me. It's not looking that way. It is not off to a great start for him. Well, you're going to get your wish, and you won't see me at this company because I quit. Congratulations. Congratulations. We will stop sharing the screen. Congratulations, Chase. Way to go out, buddy. Way to go out, buddy. Way to go out. Ah, man. Okay. That's the story of Chase Racherbaumer. What a I can't even call him a shooting rocket because he doesn't have any talent to begin with. I don't know how to describe Chase other than rocks for brains. I think rocks for brains is permanently set aside for Chase. That's just when we think of rocks for brains at this company, it will start with Chase and then whoever comes in below him. That's all I got. That's all I got. In conclusion, A, this company will be run unlike any other. We are a sports blog reality show, and the things that go on will be talked about. If you do not understand that, if you do not fathom that, that is your fault, because this is what we have been doing since 2018. And if you didn't know that, that's your problem. Because you should do research on the company you want to work for. B, have Slack on your phone. Side note to A, if you are uncomfortable with the way this company is run, please leave. It will not change. It is the way the company will be run moving forward and will always be run. If you are uncomfortable with the way that it is run, please leave. If you are uncomfortable with the way the company is run, don't apply. I am fine. I can find 100 other people like Chase. Don't worry. And I have plenty on the staff. Okay. B, we live in virtual times. Okay. This is an internet company. We do not have a physical office as of right now. Okay. If you go to work in a physical office, you don't need to communicate every single thing because you are speaking to that person on a daily basis. Okay. In an internet company setting where this guy lives thousands of miles away and I have never seen his face in person, the only way to lose your job at an internet company is by not communicating. On more than one occasion, Chase did not communicate. He did not have Slack on his phone, which is already a fireable offense. It's like not having your company emails on your phone or any communication service you want. It's like not carrying your work phone with you. Can't do it. Can't have it. This is a real job. Okay. All these bloggers are paid. All the side people are paid. You can't just not have the communication service on your phone. Okay. Anybody that would have saw Chase on social media and not respond on the communication service could have easily just been fired. I did the right thing in trying to be nice and give him a second chance. The fact that he doesn't understand that is crazy. C, if you turn in Wikipedia blogs, I'm going to give you feedback on why they suck. Okay? Some people need practice. It is okay. I started out at the bottom too, just for somebody else. You know what I did about it? I tried to be the best. I want to be the best. I am the fucking best. You know what? You want to know some proof? Okay? You want to be the best? You want to say you're passionate about sports? You want to say you're passionate about sports? That's fine. You want to say you're passionate about sports? Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Who else is writing this many articles? 5,521. 5 years time in February. Who else is doing that? Who else is that talented enough to do that? Who else is talented enough to write that many blogs and manage this many people? You want to say that people don't respect me? That's fine. But there's a lot of people that work here and that have been here for a long time, even when it didn't really benefit them to be there, even when they could have gotten more money elsewhere, they want to be here because you don't outwork Trey. I'm a great person to work for. Sorry, gotta answer a message. Listen, you can say you don't respect me, and that's fine. You don't have to. You can't come close to my work ethic. And the people that are here know that. And the people that are here want to work for me because of it. D, when you don't listen to instructions by your boss, you're gonna get blasted for it. I chose the public route because you disrespected me. I think that covers it. Chase Racherbaumer's gone. Happy New Year.